been wanting to do this for a little bit, and had a little time this morning, and so I figured I'd go ahead and knock it out. But I'm gonna go over a couple of saddles, and there is 5 million bazillion YouTube, whatever, Facebook, Instagram, how-tos, what about this one, what about that one, saddles, okay? I'm not sponsored by nobody, so these are just my opinions, and so take them for what they're worth. This is how I hunt and what I carry in my system, okay? Everybody's different. You know, it's kind of like blue jeans or bows or arrows or broadheads or whatever it is. You know, everybody has their preference for a reason, and then you have the other guys that are just trying to get into saddle hunting or whatever. And that's kind of what I was going to do this for, was explain my system, what I've been using for the past couple of years, and what works for me, and why I choose what I choose, and what's in my bag, and why I set it up like that. So I've got the TX5 Custom Gear that I literally just got in 2 days ago. I did go sit in it this morning so I could give a somewhat of an honest review without hunting in it all season. But I can tell real quick that that is a very well-made, thought-out saddle. I think they've hit a good home run with it. I like some of the features that it offers versus some other saddles that I've set in. I also have an Aerohunter Merlin, which I'm pretty impressed with also. I've hunted out of 2-panel saddles. I've hunted out of other saddles, not necessarily going to make one saddle better than other, and I'm going to explain why, is because we're all different. And we're built different. We have different hunting strategies. We have different ways that we want to hunt out of a saddle. Some people lean, some people stand, you name it. But that's why we have these options, and I'm glad that the saddle companies make these options for us so that you can find what works for you. Again, it's kind of like a bow or an arrow. You know, I choose this one because of this reason. Well, that's great. I choose this bow for that reason. Blue jeans. Okay, you know, some people wear Levi's or Wranglers or Carhartt or whatever it is, and they choose that because it fits them and they like the way it fits. Some people wear skinny jeans and they like the way they look, but that's a whole nother topic. So it kind of goes back to, especially for you guys that are just getting into saddle hunting or wanting to saddle hunt, is that it's great. You need to go ask questions. Get on some of these saddle forums, whatnot. Ask the company the questions that you have, but don't be scared to make a purchase for a saddle. Although it's a big purchase, don't get me wrong, but the market is great for saddles, in so much so that you can resell it and probably get most of your money back, and you can choose what works for you, whether it be you go hunt out of it a weekend and go, hey, this ain't for me, I need to do something different. But don't just sit in one saddle. I guess what I need to say is, don't sit in one saddle and just say saddle hunting's not for me, because there's different saddles, they have different features and whatnot. So if you're new to it, if you want to ask me questions, feel free. You can send me a DM or a PM or whatever, and I'll answer whatever I can for you. Anyway, I'm gonna go over the Merlin first. I have these both set up exactly the way I hunt them, meaning I have my pouch on them, and everything I need, my ropes, you name it, it's in there. This is basically the way I would carry to my stand, or wear it to my stand, or whatever my situation is. This is how I'm going to get to my tree, minus my platform and my sticks. So the Merlin weighed 3.92 pounds, and the TX5 weighed 3.45 pounds, identically set up the same. So they're pretty close in weight. The Merlin is mesh, okay? The TX5 is not. The Merlin has a flex system, okay? The TX5, which I'll show you here in just a second, it does have a little bit of flex, but it's not as big, okay? And there's pros and cons on both, all right? Both of them have similar buckles, okay, that go around the waist. The Merlin, the Aerohunter, is not movable, meaning that it runs through the system, okay? It's basically sewn in right on both sides, and you would make your adjustments off the right-hand side to tighten it up, okay? I have upgraded my Merlin to a lost words here, rope bridge, okay? And I prefer that over the nylon that it comes standard with. You can get these built from different manufacturers or people off Facebook, or heck, you can build it yourself if you're that kind of guy. It is the loop in the loop system. I kind of like it, especially for the adjustability that it has, and that's the key feature that you hear people say about setting it the way you want it and the adjustability. So on this loop for your legs, okay, all I got to do is move that to make it fit just the way I want it to fit. And where that comes in handy is, let's say that I'm hunting in October and I don't have any type of thermals on or no outer gear, nothing like that, no rain suit, nothing. I may run it one way, but come December or January, when I've got puffy pants on and some thicker stuff, I may need to adjust it, which is awesome. The other thing on the bridge, okay, is some people don't understand. They say, well, I'm getting hip pinch or it doesn't fit me. Well, maybe you don't understand what people are saying when they say make some adjustments. So this is a huge adjustment right here, is where all you have to do is slide this bridge, okay, around this loop here, and it's gonna pull on the back of your leg or more on the waist, depending on whether you have this up or down, okay? You need to play with that, and it doesn't take much. I mean, it might be a ½ inch, and all of a sudden it's pulling where you want it on the back of your leg. It's making a good seat for you. Anyway, don't be scared to make those adjustments. The Merlin has the buckle style legs, which they are adjustable. Some people say they cut them off. I actually run another saddle without legs, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't like it. The reason being is when I would go to twist the way that I hunt, when I would go to twist, the saddle had the tendency to maybe twist some also, and I have found that these leg harnesses kind of keep your saddle set where you want it. Again, fully adjustable, like that. So, the other thing I do like about the Aerohunter, it has plenty of loops for you to set up your system the way you want. I run my bags off the left-hand side because I stand and hunt a lot. I used to run 2 bags, but now I've just went down to 1. I run a little hook off the right-hand side for my platform. I hook it off there, and I run a stick off the left-hand side so that I never have to worry about them banging on each other. I've got a little bungee cord set up on the left-hand side that basically just holds my stick, and I may do a video on that later, but not right now. So, let me go over the TX5 real quick. Again, brand spanking new. So it's not broke in. It's a little noisy right now. I think over some time setting in it, that will loosen up and we'll go for it. So they have a different system. They have it's similar to a loop and a loop, but for their rope that goes around the tree for your climbing, your lineman's belt, lineman's rope. You got hooks there and a hook on both sides. I think that's going to be a very good system for me. The way that I like to hunt, it's easy to get to, and it should be easy to climb with. Again, I have a rope bridge on this one. The two different types of rope, but I appreciate both ropes. He went ahead and put a little, I don't remember what they call those, but it's basically like a little cheater that helps you break it loose, which is kind of cool. It's a good little add-on that I didn't consider. The leg harnesses are different. I wasn't sure about these, but after just putting them on and going over it saves a little bit of weight, saves a little bit of bulk, very easy to just put on. I think these are called G-hooks. Again, fully adjustable. Once you get them set, you can either adjust them throughout the season or whatever you want. I really like that system. Now, where I was going over with the fact that the Aerohunter is a flex type system. The TX5 does have a little flex. I don't know if you better see it in the video, but you can actually pull it, and it does flex, and it goes back, which I really like, because some of the other saddles that I've sent in, whether it's the Merlin or whatnot, once you expanded them out, you either had to fold them back in or they didn't go. So I think he's really onto something with that. I appreciate it. It's got a little padding, okay? A little bit of padding in the inside. Not so much that it's obnoxious or anything, like it's gonna mess up the way you sit, but it might help a little bit. Let's see, what else we got? Huge feature I like right here, okay? The buckle that goes around the waist. He runs his all the way through, and it's not sewn in, okay? Which allows you to move it. Again, why does that matter? Where does it factor in? For me, hunting in October or whatever, you know, I may run really thin clothes and then later on, but if it's off to one side, okay, I don't know if I can get it right, but if my buckle is not in the center, I got way too much OCD and it drives me nuts. So I like the ability to run that through, get my buckle back in the middle, and instead of being on one side. Is that a huge game changer? Absolutely not. It's just a feature that I was going to share with you guys. This pouch, I got one from TX5, is huge. I wasn't really sure about the measurements on it, but I really like the size of it. I don't know if you can see, but that's one of the old tethered originals that had the off of both sides. I had the little pouches. I'm able to get everything I want in this one. It does have a little pouch on the outside for whatever you know, cell phone, chapstick, whatever you want to run in there. It's a nice, robust system. I do not feel like it's going to hang and break or anything like that. He also runs 2 buckles, okay, which is pretty cool because you can literally take your pouch off that quick. So if you want to hunt without a pouch in your tree, once you get up, or if you want to put something else in there, you could literally have a male end and snap this to anything, a backpack or whatever you wanted to run it off of. So that's really a cool little feature, being able to just take it off on a couple of snaps. So moving on to what's in the pouch. What I carry in my pouch: bow rope, lineman's belt / tether, okay? I run a Kong duck and carabiner on this. It's Oplux 8mm sewn eye. Highly recommend the sewn eye just to save a little bit of the bulk and whatnot. I love this Oplux. It's small. you know, with my cone duck and my carabiner, I mean, it almost just wads up right in my hand. I could put it in my pocket, whatever I need to do with it. If I was trying to, sometimes in early season, I'll literally fill this with water and maybe like a dry t-shirt or something like that, and I'll just go hunt with my saddle on instead of carrying a backpack. So got this also is my lineman's belt, okay? Run this off the right-hand side and go off the left. So the next question is going to be, all right, what do you do when you come to a limb? Because obviously there's limbs in the way, okay? I've got a little piece of flat. Instead of me carrying a whole nother rope system, I have some flat webbing that I have built and I come up with. Basically I just put a loop in it, go around my tree to maneuver past a limb. I also use this as a backup to my tether. I put it right above my tether and run it right down into one of my lineman's belts, so that if something broke in my system or I messed up, because I'm a human, then I've got something. It might hurt, but I'm not going to fall but maybe a foot, but I'm still alive and I can tell the story later on. The other thing in my bag is I keep my knee pads in there until I get all the way up the tree. These are the Arctic's knee pads. I've hunted out of different knee pads. These are a little bit more expensive, but you get what you pay for, in my opinion. They have lasted me a few seasons now. They're durable. I really like them. Again, not sponsored by any of these guys. These are just my opinions on these saddles. Maybe this will help. If you've got any questions, get with me. I'll answer whatever I can for you, explain any of my system. But both of these are outstanding saddles. I'm sure I'll hunt out of both of them throughout the season. That doesn't mean that tethered or cruiser or I don't know, there's tons of these saddles out there now and a lot of people making them. I'm sure they're all the same. They're all good quality saddles. Somebody's not going to throw some junk out. They just ain't going to make it in this market now. But you know, those fit me. I'm 5'8", about 175 pounds. The other thing I do like about TX5 is they go off of like your blue jean size. So if you're 30 waist or a bigger waist, whatever it may be, a 40, 42, you can order these size and it fits a little bit better than some of the standard small, medium, and larges. Although the small, medium, larges have the adjustability. Anyway, that's just some other thought process on that. Again, if you get any questions, let me know. I hope everybody has a great weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. And real quick shout out on Bow Addicts. Go check out their new RED shirt that they are working with HHA USA. It's a nonprofit organization where all of the sales of that t-shirt that they've got going out right now goes directly to HHA 100%. And that goes to help our veterans. And I'm really passionate about supporting that company and both of them, because they have a lot of the same values that I have. But anyway, go check them out if you hadn't. Again, if you got any questions on the saddles, give me a shout and I'll do what I can.